We are exploring. Today I am going to show you the grave of native Indian Quapaw Leader Saracen at St. Joseph's Catholic Cemetery in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Sarrasin was born between 1735 and 1740, and he died either in 1832 or 1837. I've not been to this cemetery before. I don't know where this grave is, so let's walk around and explore the cemetery and try to find the grave. Here at Pine Bluff, we are not far from the Arkansas River, maybe a couple of miles. I only mention that because the Arkansas River is going to be important to describe locations in my story later. Although some call him a Quapaw chief, he was not. The principal chief of the Quapaw Nation at that time was a man by the name of Hackathon. Altogether, the tribe had around 400 to 500 members who lived in 3 villages downriver from Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Sarasen was the leader of a faction of the Quapaw Nation. The group consisted of maybe 1/4 of this population, with around 100 to 150 individuals. Over there I thought I saw a grave marker that looked like it could be the right one, but it wasn't. Here is a cross. Because this is a Catholic cemetery, a cross with a crucified Jesus is not unusual as a symbol in a Catholic cemetery. Well, let's continue the search. You would not believe where I found the grave. It is right next to the entrance over there, and I missed it when we got into this cemetery. The most notable story about Sarasen is the rescue of 2 white children who had been kidnapped from their parents' home near Pine Bluff by Chickasaw Indians. All this happened in 1824. So the children had been kidnapped and were held at a Chickasaw camp down the Arkansas River near the Arkansas Post in Arkansas County, Arkansas. That is not far from the mouth of the Arkansas River into the Mississippi River. Waterways were very important in the old days because they were the best way to get around. Now, when Sarrasin became aware of the 2 kidnapped children, he went to their parents and promised to return them home. He got in his canoe and found the Chickasaw camp where the children were camped. Raising his tomahawk above his head and giving the Quapaw war cry, he surprised the Chickasaw and they scattered away from the camp, leaving the kids behind. Their impression was they were under attack by a big group of Quapaw. Sarrasin took the kids, carried them back to his canoe, and brought them back to their parents, as illustrated in this drawing from 1824. This event turned out to be very important for Sarrasin later in his life. Because of the rescue, Sarrasin was held in high regard by the European settlers and politicians, and he was also awarded a presidential medal by the governor of the Arkansas Territory. If you paid close attention, you noticed that the spelling of Sarrasen's name is different on the gravestone than it is in the title of my video. And this is because the Quapaw did not have a written language, so there are different spellings, like you can see at the bottom of this video, that are acceptable, because they all sound more or less the same. In the early 1800s, The European settlers wanted to drive the native Indians out from their land. The land was valuable for them because they could farm on it. They wanted the Indians to move into less desirable areas for them, like deserts and mountains. In a treaty in 1824, the Quapaw agreed to move to Louisiana, and Sarasen had been given 80 acres of land on the Arkansas River in this treaty to thank him for the rescue of the 2 children. He was permitted to stay in Arkansas and live there as long as he wanted, but that generosity was limited to only him, not to the whole tribe. Eventually, he stayed on his land near Pine Bluff and was buried there first and later reburied in the cemetery of St. Joseph Catholic Church, whose religion he had adopted and where he is considered a saint. In part 2 of this 2-part series, I am going to tell you more about the removal of the Quapaw from their land. We are going to see Lake Saracen, which is a man-made lake not far from Sarasen's grave that was named in honor of the Quapaw leader in 2007. Here we are in downtown Pine Bluff, Arkansas, and there's something else I want to show you. They're redoing Main Street here big time, and that is necessary, but this is not what I wanted you to see. I wanted you to have a look at this mural here, which is pretty small, but this shows the scene of Sarrasin returning the 2 children he had rescued from the Chickasaw Indians to their parents' home. I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it.